Yes, people, welcome back to Gooner Club. This is episode 5 of the Gooner Club podcast. If you haven't heard of us, well, where have you been? We've been here providing weekly Arsenal content. Myself, Romario, joined by Huss, Mo, and Ibs. I mean, let's just get into it, boys. I hope you're all doing well. But we're still top of the league, 6-point lead as it stands. Man City are playing during this recording. Let's start with Sunderland. Let's just quickly look back on Sunderland because we haven't spoken since that game. 3-0 win, Gyökeres brace. You'll have to remind me you got the first Zubimendi. I just reminded myself of the post. What a finish, by the way. But yeah, Huss, let's start with you. You're abroad. Let the people know where you are firstly. International Huss. And what did you make of that victory, man?
I'm in Mecca. Oh, yeah, I'll be honest as well. My confidence is a lot higher because I dropped some of the holiest prayers on Arsenal today.
Mashallah.
I dropped some heavy prayers on Arsenal, so Inshallah. I'm definitely feeling confident and stuff now. But yeah, I'm just doing Umrah in Saudi. Luckily, the time aligned well for me to jump on today. I was supposed to miss this episode, but I managed to get on. But yeah, I guess in terms of the Sunderland game, it's funny actually because looking back when you said it now, I was actually going to start off the positive, like 3-0, we smashed it. But then I remembered I actually didn't enjoy watching that game at all at the time. I remember the first half or so, I just wasn't enjoying the football we were particularly playing, and it felt like it was going to be a long day. And that, for me, that Zubimendi goal can't be sniffed at. Like goals like that at the edge of the box, like to break the deadlock. That is what you need individual quality for. That's what you pay big bucks for. Obviously, we didn't pay loads for him, but 60 million, good signing. That's what you pay that sort of money for. That sort of quality around the edge of the box. We've not seen that quite enough, I think, the last year or two. Enough just sit goals on the edge of the box. We do get a lot of space around the edge. And I think it was Zubimendi or Rice made a comment saying they actually noted that. They made a comment that we're getting a lot of space around the edge of the box. So, next time we have a go, let's go for it. And I think that's actually a method that we can use a lot more in these games. We should probably be taking more pops from around the edge of the box a bit more often. Obviously, Eze would be great for that. But even Rice, Mendy, maybe even Havertz if the opportunity opens up for him and Ødegaard. But yeah, I thought that was a great goal. And then, to be honest, second half game opened up once we got Gyökeres on. I think I made a point on it before as well. I think Gyökeres could really have a great run for us if he's coming on off the bench when we're 1-0 up in particular, not 1-0 down, or not when the other team are parking the bus, but if the other team are chasing a goal and you bring Gyökeres on, that man can finish games for you. Do you know what I mean?
Huss, is this you sort of admitting that you might have gone too early on the
Gyökeres? Well, maybe, but I'm saying
Huss has got every extreme with Gyökeres.
I'm saying if he comes on off the bench, I like him off the bench as a. And the funny thing is, it's true. I said it though. I said it from the Inter Milan game. From the Inter Milan game, I said him coming off the bench for Jesus is going to be a problem for teams because if they're chasing a game, that brings out the best in Gyökeres. You know what I mean? If they've got, even though to be fair to him, that goal kind of was still like a deep block sort of goal. I'm not saying he doesn't get that goal. If we're 1-0 down or whatever. But I mean, for him to come on and get a brace. Would you necessarily have expected a brace if you started? I'm not sure. I think it's just better for him. And Havertz just being on the pitch, it's proven to be better for him. So I definitely went a bit early because I made comments about Gyökeres before we'd probably seen him with a Havertz or in a real situation which he's been best provided for him. I don't think we've. You know what? As well, that brings me to another point, and it's a bit more of a question for the group. Did the haters have a point when they said that Saka was bringing down Gyökeres?
Yeah.
I knew it was going to come at some point.
I will say this, I don't think Saka would have passed like Martinelli did in that final one.
Yeah, no, I hear it.
I don't think Saka
passes.
Not a chance.
Yeah. Since Saka's got injured, it looks like when Gyökeres on the pitch, there is more of a directed play towards getting him into position. And I'm not saying
it comes with Havertz as also because you know what I mean. There's a lot of factors. Yeah. It's hard 100%. to pin it, but I know what you mean. There's a couple 100%. Of moments where you do see it for sure.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it's always easier for a striker to have a partner. Like when we used to play in the same team, Huss, I used to play as a striker sometimes, and I hated being the lone striker. Not that I hate it, but you're isolated so much. You're getting less of the ball. Your runs are more important.
You're like 1v2.
I like the ball at my feet. I want to get the ball and do something. That's how we play football. So every time I played with a striker, another partner, I always preferred it.
And I think in reference to that, go on.
Sorry. Just to add to what Mo said quickly, I even used to always because I used to play striker when I was younger. Then I got moved to the wing, quick black guy, get him on the wing. But when I used to play striker, I used to also having a second striker who wasn't a midfielder, wasn't a striker, but they were just technically good. Yeah. And they would just pop up and all of a sudden you're in behind. And I think Havertz is that guy. He's not necessarily the partner, but he's like the link between the midfield and the striker.
100%.
And I think that's why Ibs is saying it's not as simple as Saka not being there. I actually think Havertz getting back in the team. By the way, I've always been a big fan of Havertz. I think I said it on the previous pod, when he was at Leverkusen. He is a wonder kid that is actually.
Bro.
I don't even think he's truly fulfilled his potential. I think there's more to come from Havertz.
Yeah.
If you look at that, the goal, I think it was it? Yeah, Gyökeres' first goal. Look what Havertz picks up that pass from Trossard. That
no one else.
Him Ødegaard. I don't want to keep going. I'm not here, but they're different players. Yeah, they're different players. But I'm saying someone being in that space, that high up, and creating from there, it just bamboozled them.
It's the Xhaka space, isn't it? It's the Xhaka space. It's the Xhaka space.
Yeah. And that is exactly what he was signed for. We signed him
that's what we
more or less as a Xhaka replacement.
Automatically looked that way anyway. Because Xhaka to me wasn't naturally made for that role. We got his best season from that attacking left 8 role. But there were a few times where we had them chances and he just wasn't quick enough to take the shot or whatever. So I thought Havertz there, it should work automatically. But obviously it didn't work at him doing that, and it only worked as him being as our main striker. But now, maybe Mikel saw the vision. Maybe it was a year or two early, but
I think Amy said that as well the other week. I think this probably actually is the role that Arteta always wanted for Havertz. And that point we just made about Gyökeres, maybe not having a partner and whatnot. I think also similar for Saka. He's played all these years without a proper striker. Normally when he's had the ball on the wing, he's not actually used to someone being in the box straight away. He's used to having to hold up, cut a bit, cut inside, buy a bit of time. Maybe Ødegaard or Rice arrives late. That is what he's used to. So I think it's just some teething issues there more so than anything. I don't think it's a personal thing, but go on.
First half of last season, I thought Saka and Havertz built a proper good connection between them two. They did. Them two were carrying us for a lot of it. So
facts.
I get what you mean. He's never had that connection with the striker, but Havertz seems to be that guy that can just glue things together in a way that's different. I don't know. It's unorthodox how he does it. And like you were saying earlier about the shooting, Havertz as well, he got one of them shots off that looked like it was going to be.
Is that first off? Was that curler? Yeah. He carried that
Rice,
a long way as well.
Yeah, he did.
Rice as well.
Remember that one.
We got there. And then Zubi's one. Zubi, the only one that his style's different.
The technique's a joke on that.
Technique is a joke. His finishing is. I remember I was saying to Huss a while ago, there was a goal he scored in international break. I think Marino got the assist. And he plays him through. And the finish, you might be able to pull it up. It was probably a couple of months ago. But Zubimendi's finish, it was a proper striker's finish. It was like a little David Villa finish.
Because he poked it into the corner, am I wrong?
Pokes it into the corner. And when he did that goal against Villa, all it reminded me of was that. I was like, whoa, he's got a proper striker's instinctive finish in him. He's got
Cesc vibes. I said it as well. He's started to do that thing, isn't he?
Now, Ibs, you said it. I didn't want to utter those words, but you said it, Ibs. Talk to me. Or tell the people what reminds you of Cesc with Zubimendi.
It's tough with Cesc because he used to be my favourite player, and then he did what he did.
What a player, by the way.
He's one there. We had the chance to get him back, didn't we? So we can't hate too much, but it's just that arriving, and she's just got that sort of technique as well. It's that Spanish thing, isn't it? You've got that technique. I think he's different though. He definitely is different. He's probably got more of that later Cesc at Chelsea, where it's a bit more sitter. But he's got that thing about him, and I think there's some times where that technical aspect, when you see it, and you just see a little bit of Cesc in him, you do see a bit.
I'd actually struggle to compare Zubimendi to anyone. I know Zesk is a pretty decent comparison, but in general, I can't think of like even when we had that. Just obviously off the back of last episode, we had that conversation about like top 3 DMs, and I struggle to know where to put Zubi in these discussions. Like, do we consider him a CDM? Do we just consider him a centre mid? Is he a bit of both? Is he a 6?
Do you know what it is, Huss? You know how England, like, you associate English centre midfielders with like all action. You know, you've got your Gerrards, your Bellinghams, your Rice, them sort of all action. I think Spain's version of that is an all-round technical, where they can do the build-up technical, they can do the sort of creative stuff, and then they can actually finish on the other end. You think of, and I don't even want to utter the words, so forgive me if you're listening, the sort of Xavi, Iniesta, the David Silvas, the Juan Mata, where they're sort of Santi Cazorla, our very own, where they're so technically good, they can literally just do almost everything. And just quickly on Cesc Fabregas, I saw a compilation, and I guess we can do this at the end of the pod, actually. And I remember, you boys will remember as well, because it was sort of our childhood, when he was injured and still playing and coming off the bench. I remember against Aston Villa game, you said it. Like, I remember watching that at my cousin's house, and he comes off the bench, we're drawing, and he just flipping, just like that, bang, game's done. Says, and he actually come off because he injured himself after scoring the second goal. So, Cesc, it's a shame how it ended, brother, but we forgive you. We forgive you. Let's quickly talk our title rivals. Actually, go on, mate, go on.
Now, I was going to say what we were saying about sixes. It's because Zubi does throw you off. Like in England, they're used to like a Kante, a Makelele, a more... You know what I mean? More of a destroyer in that position. Yeah. But you know what it is with this is why when people make the comparison, obviously I put out the Caicedo clip the other day. For me, Rice is more the comparison to Caicedo because Rice does this. They do the similar role, but in just different places on the pitch. Like to me, Rice's role is more so to be that destroyer, to clear up those messes. He's there making those last ditch tackles. He's doing them higher up the pitch as well. But Rice has also got, like you said, the English thing about him being he's got all-encompassing everything, being up there, being back, got the Gerrard thing about him. Yeah. And then that's what makes Zubi weird because when we think of like the best sixes, everyone goes straight to a Claude Makelele. But then you forget Xavi was a 6 as well. Completely different molds of players. And now you got the new age where people talk about Busquets as like the picture perfect 6 and stuff. So it's a toss-up of styles. Like you gotta have the two profiles, I think. I don't know what you call it. One's a 6, whatever. People are too married to the names of like your position, you're a 6, you're this. Now I think it's like NBA has this thing, it's like positionless basketball. You're not married to your position. You've just all got different roles that you need to do.
Yeah, I think Rice and Zubi in particular, they switch roles quite often. Like there'll be a lot of times where Rice will just drop deep, get the ball from centre half, and Zubi's starting a bit higher up, you know, and Zubi's making them late runs into the box, which you probably didn't see as much first half of the season. But it seems like the last 2 months or so, you know, Zubi's kind of approaching the box a lot more often. What's he got now? 4 or 5 goals in the league?
I think he's got 5 or 6, you know. I think in all comps, he's definitely on at least 5. He's definitely on it.
Yeah, he got 2 against Forest.
He finishes, he scored against someone big.
I will just say, just on the Sunderland game, just one thing. Even though I probably wasn't as worried in terms of performance and we just got the job done, but I think defensively we were really, really shaky, to be fair. It was surprisingly, I think Saliba was all over the shop at times.
And Calafiori.
You've been on Fraud Watcher Saliba, haven't you? You've been on that.
I have to raise it. You know, if I'm going to be that guy, if you're going to give me that role, I've got to be the guy to say it.
Right, one thing I will say to that. Go on. You go first, Ibs.
I think Romario, was it Romario?
Yeah, what didn't you like about Saliba? Because I agree. I thought there was a few like sort of shaky moments from him, but sometimes I think that comes from overconfidence and boredom.
I think that's it. I think he sometimes has this sort of thing, and I think you've mentioned it before, Mario. It's this thing where when the ball sort of just bounces up or it comes into the air, he gets a bit panicky and he sort of loses all that composure he has. And there was a few times when he got turned, and I think the issue is I think when you have players like Bromley and these guys who are physical, they can turn you, and if they turn you, they're gone. And I think you've seen it at times when there is quick players, they can cause that problem. I think it's just one of them. I think he just had a few moments when, and he got the yellow card early as well. I think that all played into it.
That's what I was about to say, though. I think one thing you've got to give him credit for is that he got a yellow card early doors. And from that point on, he actually just fixed up. Like I was worried from he got the yellow card. I thought,
where I think he went wrong? Because I think
going too tight.
When he got that yellow, exactly, he was getting too caught up in a physical battle. He was playing Robbie's game. And that's Saliba's what he's great at is when he leaves you to do that, I'm just going to be smooth. You're really physical. You know what? I'm going to back off and just clear it up. So they've managed that with Haaland so well. That's why Haaland leaves him and tries to go to Gabriel and do the physical battle. And when he can't win that, he tries, let me just occupy space around here. But with him, with Robbie, he was playing Robbie's game. Then once he got the yellow card, I think he had to, you know what, I can't get too tangled up in the physical battle. And he ended up just going straight back to his game. And there weren't that many issues after that, really.
It was also it was actually, in my opinion, one of the worst halves I've seen from Calafiori.
The defense in general
all over the place.
Yeah, Calafiori had a howler. I don't know what happened.
The last time I seen our defense look like that was when Isak had them on ropes in the Carling Cup semi-final last year. They looked shocked to approach him then. And I saw glimpses of that. Maybe Robbie's that guy.
Bobby is good.
Robbie
is good.
I like him.
I think
Mateta does it.
Yeah. He could be the new Mateta. Facts.
Mo just he mentioned a man there, Erling Haaland. Want to talk quickly about his team, Man City. Haaland obviously bagged the winner for them there. Ibs is shaking his head. I was shaking my head as well, Ibs. All right, I can't. And you know what it is? I'm glad you're shaking your head because you've just reminded me that I'm not happy. And you know why I'm not happy, boys? Because why is it? And this is how I know truly we are actually the best team in the league. Every other team wants to bend over and open up their defense and let everybody have a chance until we rock up. Then we rock up and we're boring. We're not boring. Teams just don't play. They don't actually give us a chance to attack them. Liverpool City was a basketball game. That was a basketball game. It was end to end. Both teams were having chances. I don't know, man. And obviously, look, I'm not sitting here hoping other teams win the league for us by beating City. That's not what I truly want. Part of me was almost glad they won so that I can't hear this excuse of the league's rubbish. Like, I'm almost glad they won, to be honest. But when I look at that game and you see the media narrative, the point gap's the same, but according to, the likes of Gary Neville and Sky, and big up Sky because I might want to work there one day, so big up. But Gary Neville and Neville, they're just like, the title race is really on now. It's really heating up in Arsenal. The point gap's the same, Gaza. So, Ibs, let me come to you first because I know you're one to stick it to Gary Neville and the Man United army in the media. What did you make of the game, and what did you make of the narrative following the game?
I think the first thing on the game is, the slight frustration is the fact that Liverpool had so many chances. I think Ekitike is someone where I think he has got a lot of credit, which, to be fair, if you actually look at the stats nowadays, it's actually Gyökeres who's actually pretty close to him on most of those stats. But I think he had gilt-edged chances that he should have really took. And I think that's probably the frustration on that side, where Liverpool had enough chances. And I think on the balance of it, they had the better chances. But I think my thing is and in some ways, I think I'm similar that I am happy in some way because I think the result actually just it showed me more about what Man City are now. I think for a long time they've had this thing over us that we over celebrate. We're the team that sort of are always like chasing them. But it was just such a different tone and such a different way where they're celebrating they've almost like sort of got this to the same level of points when they're not. They're still the same. I think probably the fixture pile up plays into it because artificially they're going to be close if they get a result today. But how they tried to build these narratives. Gary Neville every single season will sort of back us, and then it will slowly sort of get to this point. He just plays this game every year, and it's just if people don't see it, you've got to see it now. It's just so obvious what he does. It's so obvious. He absolutely hated us. Absolutely, like we were the team where Vieira was picking on him, had to get his mate Roy Keane to stick up for him. Do you know what I mean? It's one of these. it's just, I don't know. But yeah, it's like I said, in some way, I'm happy what we got to see, where instead of these interviews where Rodri and Bernardo are sort of sticking it to us, now they're sort of going, oh yeah, no, we know that after this we would have been out of it. So I'm just like, this is not the same mentality monsters that I've heard about. It's like, that's what I like.
Do you know what it is? Yeah. So by the way, City are 1-0 up. Semenyo's just scored. Just put them 1-0 up against Fulham at home. But on that, Ibs, I think with City also is that no one actually cares. Even Man United ex-players and fans don't care if City win the league. It's actually more of a travesty if we win the league, because I think everyone knows. I think even Arsenal fans know when it comes to culture and impact in football from a fan base, even in fashion. I think PSG beat us when it comes to fashion. I'm trying to think of the next club. But when you think about fashion, Arsenal are like probably after PSG, like in culture, music, we're very well loved. And I think if we win the league, that only goes even higher. And I think a lot of other fans of other clubs are worried what could happen if we win the league. I know we spoke about Tonali, his agent was reportedly offering his services to us. I think that's what would happen. I think it's a huge culture shift if and hopefully when we win the league. But Huss, I just wanted to ask you quick on City. They're obviously 1-0 up now. So currently they're only 3 points behind us. Are you worried? Are you concerned?
You know what I said to my brother-in-law literally before this game. I think this game is actually more important. This game is where we're probably going to learn a bit more. The Man City Fulham game now. Like, I feel like this is the type of game where before the Liverpool game, I actually could have just seen them dropping points in this sort of game, or the type of game that they've been dropping points in the last sort of few months. That Liverpool game, the performance that Man City put on wasn't anything to make me fearful. You know, it was good first half. First half, they approached Liverpool, I would say, in probably a better way than we did. Like they knew how to get in behind Liverpool's defence. They were very direct, and they sort of capitalised. Second half, they weren't very good at all. Liverpool were by far the better team, had loads of chances. I think it's unfair to talk about the game without talking about some of the refereeing decisions that happened in that game. I mean, Mark Guay should have been sent off, in my opinion. I know it might be a bit harsh, but Saliba got sent off for one on the halfway line against Bournemouth.
I forgot about that.
To me, that was a bit of a strange decision. I don't know what Alisson's doing there. Like, they're literally, Liverpool could have walked to a result there, and Alisson has just completely thrown it away. So the performance didn't make me fearful. What I'm more fearful of now is just to see, or I'm more curious to see if it does have the impact that Gary Neville's kind of painted it to be. I do think it's possible. I do think it's going to give them like another lease of life, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be enough for them to really make any real dent in the title race. I think, like I said, it keeps the 6 points as it is. I think they're 1-0 up now, but I wouldn't be shocked if they drop points today or in the next sort of 2 games.
Yeah, you know what it is, Huss. I don't want to do the PTSD thing, lads. And I'm going to ask your thoughts on this. But do you know what it is? Yeah, football's a humbler, and it moves so fast. Football. You look at Thomas Frank got sacked today. Football's a real humbler. I think Tottenham are in genuine danger of going down, by the way, because some of their fixtures are mad. But we're not talking about them a lot. But I was lucky enough to be at Brentford today. As they talks about done an interview with Keith Andrews, and they're telling you these lot of fancy it tomorrow. Everyone always fancies every game. They're a good side. I think they're 7th in the league. Obviously, they haven't played. If they win, I think it puts them 6th or 5th, depending on results. They got Igor Thiago, who's in great form. But football's a humbler, Mo. Football's a big humbler, and I like Huss's optimism, but I'm under no illusions. If Man City win tonight and we drop points tomorrow, the pressure's cranking right back up again. All of a sudden, Arsenal fans might start crapping themselves, thinking, "Oh, here we go again." What is it? 2-0 City, Huss?
2-0.
Fulham will do well. Fulham will do well.
My stream might be a bit ahead of yours, but it's 2-0.
Yeah, I think yours is ahead.
But Fulham would, I'm just saying, but this is the thing where it's performance v like result sort of thing, isn't it? Yeah. And where this is the thing where is either way, City have got a harder run of fixtures than us, and it's just one of them where can you really back them to do that? And I think I agree with this PTSD.
It's just City have got a good set of fixtures coming up. Probably better than
overall,
us.
though. Do you know what I mean? Overall, I think if you look at their fixtures, I think overall they have got like last game of the season with Villa.
They got more away games, Ibs.
I know that they've got Villa at home last game of the season. I know they've got who else have they got? They still got to play Chelsea away, I think.
You know what? It's massive. It's massive that we win these next 2 games. I said before that I think we were going to draw. When we did the 5-game prediction, I said we draw against Brentford, we beat Spurs. But we have to win tomorrow now, to be honest.
Spurs becomes harder now.
You know what it is, yeah?
And we got Wolves, yeah. We got Wolves, actually.
We pretty much, a lot of our hate watchers, this is how I felt this season, a lot of our hate watchers have kind of gone our way. And watching that one against Liverpool, it was nearly perfect. But then, like you said, it felt like a loss. Low-key. It felt like we lost seeing it get snatched away at the end. But like you said, it's a shift in momentum right now because City are just, they've got these good set of fixtures. It's given them momentum. And it really does come down to these swings. Whenever City have come close, it's been we drop points against Sunderland and then we've got Spurs and then Chelsea next 2 games. And then they close up the gap a bit. I don't think, personally, that City are good enough to keep it up, but it's dangerous when you give them belief like that. Like I said, it's a humbler. And let me go back to what you were saying about Gary Neville and that. It's like, Sky have to do that. I remember last year when we were like, what, 8 points off? We knew long time, probably from by the end of January when Havertz got injured, we knew this season's, it's over for us. But Sky kept pushing the narrative. Every time Liverpool dropped points, are Arsenal going to close the gap today, keep the title race alive? But like, it's been dead. We know it, but they need to push a story. They need to, and like you said as well, it's so obvious how every team wants City to win. Like, because you know what, City are not a real team.
It's a nothing thing, isn't it?
They're a social experiment, bro. They're that team that just anyone. If we don't win the league, I want City to win it so that I don't want Liverpool. I see Liverpool fans in real life. I see United fans in real life. Bro, I don't know when I've met a City fan.
Even United fans.
Only City fans I've met, most City fans I've met are kids. They're like 14 or younger, or like they're kids. They're like my nephew's friends. They're like
it's just inoffensive, isn't it? City. It's inoffensive. What if they get like the league? It's just one of them where it doesn't do anything to anyone, does it? Whereas I think what Romario said is that thing where, and these are why Arsenal get picked for the narrative, because they know the fans are just we're volatile. We latch onto it. It's like I think you're on about Talk Sport on that point where the Daily Arsenal used to every time Aidan Durham just absolutely rinsed every Arsenal fan, and it was one of them. We do react, so it is that thing, isn't it? It is.
I do think it's not to be sniffed at though. Like they did go to Liverpool and win. That is a statement.
That's what I'm saying, man.
No matter how you put it.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm in another Arsenal group with a couple guys I work with. 2 guys I work with. One of them's a funny one. He shout him out. Shout out Martin Luther King. That's my guy in the group. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Martin Luther King would have named that.
So you know whenever he speaks, it's gospel. And he said, as soon as he goes, I'm so annoyed after that Liverpool game. He's like, why can Man City play against Liverpool like that? Score 2-3 goals, but we can't. I hear it, but they needed to. They did need to. They came to that with.
But it's also the way they play.
Nothing else. Yeah.
But
they almost lost it.
But they should have lost it. Liverpool, like Ekitike, honestly, Ekitike. I guess the thing again with the Gyökeres thing. If you look at the stats, Gyökeres is pretty much on his toes, isn't he? With everyone has these things where Ekitike's had an unbelievable season. But I mean, if you do look and compare, it's one of them, isn't it? It's again, I think Arsenal get treated differently.
That's such a good point.
Gyökeres missed that.
If Gyökeres
missed that header,
bro, do you see Cole
Anfield?
Do you see Cole Palmer's miss yesterday from like 2 yards out, last kick of the game? Like Caicedo done really well, played a 1-2 with gusto, gets it in. Like to be honest, if you played ball, you know it's not an easy chance.
Not easy,
at that level and the way people talk about Cole Palmer, you expect it to go in. And if that was Bukayo Saka for a parallel, Saka's getting killed for that. And I do think
Saka did that PSG. That was Saka's PSG miss.
Yes.
True.
But a little bit different, but similar.
I think Saka's one was arguably tougher though, and a bit further out.
It was tougher. Weaker for
his was tougher.
Everything. Yeah.
But similar, open goal, you're expecting it. Yeah, you're expecting it to go.
They get missed more than they actually go in. Like you know what I mean? Like Foden the other week, Gyökeres missed the other week.
Foden had a season off, and realistically, he hasn't had as much pelters as probably Saka's had in this like sort of short period of time where they're all sort of like mentioning absolutely everything. I do whether it's there's sort of a race thing involved. You know what I mean? I think we're all well aware of how the media has treated players on that front. But I do think there's not even just the race side of it. I do think Arsenal players get treated differently. There's always been that little bit of a thing because I think, like we said, that it will get the clicks. We're a fan base that does engage and does engage more volatile. Like we react. I think we do react, and I think it is that PTSD side of it. What you said. We react on this side where I think it's from the side where we're so scared of getting more hate because we haven't done it. Do you know what I mean? It's that.
Yeah. But it also opens up the discussion like we mentioned earlier. And I hate talking about it because it just sounds like we're some conspiracy theorists who are moaning. But like the way the refs treat us compared to how refs treat City, like what Rodri's statements last week about the refs go completely unpunished, and the next week they get given two decisions like that in their favour. Okay, it's just mad. Like I don't think that if Arteta had made a statement like that, you just know that wouldn't have gone well for us. You know that wouldn't have gone well.
Rodri's been getting away with it for so long. Honestly, how many times he used to get the yellows and like obviously get away with not getting the yellow for so long. It's just he's always been one of them players that he's got away with it for so long. Whereas I think if you look at Zubi, and I think there was a thing about how he was actually picked up on like the sort of fouls he does. I think they were literally there was a directive on the sort of fouls that he does for the league to actually like, sort of see that we've got to clamp down on those types of fouls. So it's like one of them things where like people are actively looking at what we do. It's like even the corner thing as well. You see that like everyone's trying to analyse our corners all over. It's like you see the Premier League pages. Oh yeah, this is how we score. I'm like, it honestly is. But it's that thing. What I think George Graham said. It's like you know what I mean. Like if they hate you, that's what it's a sign of respect, isn't it?
Yeah. I agree. Well, lads, I've just about had enough of talking about City, and the fact they're 2-0 up is actually annoying me right now. I think they might be about to score a third here. No, Phil Foden, bad pass.
You know what? I will just say this thing. We just need to focus on ourselves. We need to stop watching them because that's what puts on more pressure for us. Like adding all of these little things. Like let's get the clean sheet record. Not clean sheet record. The 15 goal record. When that came out the window, I was glad because I want us to stop focusing on the
distractions. Isn't it?
Let's just make sure we beat Brentford. Because we got to just do our job.
Well, we do need to beat Brentford because they're looking dangerous. I'm just going
that is a beautiful segue into Brentford. Let's talk about Brentford. G-Tech Community Stadium sounds nice. Sounds like a nice place to play football, but it's far from nice, is it? It's not nice there. We've been there, but I do think it's a bit of a false narrative. Oh wait, 3-0 City, great Haaland. Let me just turn that crap off.
Literally.
Yeah, like we've actually won our last 4 games at Brentford. So it's not as much of an unhappy hunting ground there. I think we have to win. I think we have to win every game until we don't. I'll be honest. I'm not getting into any game saying a point will do because for every time you don't win and you get closer to second, you just add pressure. So 6 points is a great gap until it's 4 and then you've lost that. So we've already been cut down from a 7 point to 6 point, and it's just not nice. I think it's really important we win, and I think if we do win, and we'll talk about lineup in a little bit, but I think we have to win and make a statement and just show like this year we're not playing games because it's all good and fun saying this is a different Arsenal team, and I think everyone will concur with this, and it's sort of stating the obvious, but you're not the team until you do it. Until you win that league, you're not that team. You might look like the team, but you're not that team. You have to get to the end. You have to get to the finishing line. But how are we feeling ahead of this game? Huss, I'll come to you first. Do you think we can keep the likes of Thiago quiet? Is a Michael Coyote throw-in going to cause us an issue? How are you feeling?
I feel all right. I think I feel relatively confident. I've watched Brentford quite a lot this season, and they are really good at home. Every time I've watched Brentford at home, I've been relatively impressed. But I think obviously we're at a level now where we should be able to kind of comfortably win these games, like 1 or 2-0. I'd expect us to go in there and have a good game. I think the importance of this game has just grown massively off the back of them last 2 City results. I know we're focused on ourselves. I know it doesn't change too much for the players, but I do think that there's quite a thing about, as much as City's momentum has changed, if we just win our next 2 games at 3-0, that just really actually dampens Man City's confidence. Like, just as much as their momentum's gone up, I think they're also going to think, hold on a second, we've beaten Liverpool, we've just beat Fulham 4-0, we've beaten whoever else, and we're still 6 points behind. That's the point where I think they might just start fading away. So I do think, I think we will win. I think we do need to win as well. I think
we got to match them.
Yeah, they're missing Kevin Shard. I know it's not really the type of game. You don't really want to be going into games like Brentford focused on like who they've got missing. Do you know what I mean? Because it's Brentford, but they are missing Kevin Shard, and it's like, I think that is something. But yeah, sorry, go on there, Mo.
Can't lie, I don't even know who that is.
It's decent player.
No,
am I going mad? Did you play for someone else? Plays for Brentford, right? He just plays for
Kevin Shard.
Carl.
He might be what, Brazil's number 1 striker at the minute.
He's got 16 goals this season, isn't it? 16 goals in the league. Mental.
Like, it's
scored like a hat trick.
They're tough. I don't know what it is with them as strikers, but we got linked with Ivan Toney, and then
Watkins.
He goes, no issue. And then they get Mbomo and Wissa going in there, and both of them get like 20 goals.
It might just be a system thing, you know what I mean? It could just be like you can stick anyone up there and they're going to score.
We need to get their attacking coach. Who's their attacking coach?
They do well when they move on as well. They had Watkins before that as well.
And Malpay as well. Malpay did it for him.
Malpay, I think they make brilliant signings. They make really good signings.
Tough.
Mo, do you know what's interesting? Keith Andrews last year was, I don't know if you boys know this, but he was Thomas Frank's set piece coach. He was actually their set piece coach. So this is being dubbed the set piece derby because obviously Brentford are very good at set pieces. Their coach loves set pieces. This is why I mentioned Michael Coyote's throw-ins, because one of the things that Brentford are specialised in this year is set pieces and mainly throw-ins.
They do a lot of analytics. I think they've shown some stuff like I think Sky and other stuff. They've like sort of gone in and like sort of seen what they like sort of do and have a hands-on approach. And you see like how much they do on data. And I think it sort of probably ties in with a little bit of us. Do you know what I mean? I think we probably do focus on a lot of that. And I think we've seen it as well, that we do that. And then all the players have sort of reviews, don't they? So I think it is one of them where when you have a team that is going to be methodical, they're gonna have a game plan and they're gonna stick to it, aren't they? I think that's the tricky part of it. I think that's the side where I think it probably is more likely that they will just sit with a low block and say break us down. And I think on that front, that is where we probably do struggle. I think that is where it is challenging, and it's one of them. We have got results there recently, but I from what I remember, they've not been sort of straightforward ones. I think there was the game Jesus scored in. I think we did all right. And I think there was one with Fabio Vieira sort of scored that long range one. But I don't know. I do feel like there's. Yeah. I think we've had tough. Like, it is one of them places. It's not a happy hunting ground. Like, even though we've got results there, it's. Yeah, I'm still. I'm not. It doesn't change my sort of confidence on how we go. But I think what you said, Mo, in that side of, or like if you see it as win 8 games and you've got it like that. That's it, isn't it? It's pretty much that simple.
That's what I think. I think 8 from my maths. But I don't know. I was just thinking, 8 wins. That's another 24 points. We add that on.
That almost guarantee. I mean, mathematically, like you're thinking pretty much like unless they sort of like. Either way, it's pretty much there or thereabouts, isn't it? If you definitely get 8.
I might be doing any Aluko maths right now.
Let's not pile on her.
Yeah,
no, but I think 8 wins or so. A result at thingy, I think a result at Etihad, a big part of where it comes down to. But I think with Brentford in particular, it's not going to be an easy game, Brentford away. But I do just think. This is where we're one of those games where we're probably relying on some individual qualities. Probably is going to be one of those games where they're going to be tough to break down. I think the earlier we get the first goal, the better. If we go 1-0 down, we are in for a tough game. If we go 1-0 up quite early, I think that really suits us. Brentford will come out and play especially at their ground. I know you said that you expect quite a defensive setup from Brentford, but I think the fact that they're at home might actually benefit us in a sense, because it might
forces them to come out a bit.
Yeah, they might have faced this way where they come out a bit, and that's like even that Sunderland game, really, like Sunderland were defending us quite well, and like the more they grew in confidence, the more chances kind of emerged for us on the other side.
Yeah, exactly that, wasn't it? Like we got really on top when they started thinking, all right, let's play. And I think that is, exactly. I think everyone knows, and I think especially in the Champions League we've seen it, because I think we've had some of our best performances in the Champions League. Is like you see that the minute teams try and think we're going to try and play against you, is when like pretty much no one matches us. But I think it is just one of those.
I think this kind of new 4-4-2 setup that we've kind of been doing lately sort of helps in those moments, because we might not have, I don't know, like in the Sunderland game, I thought, all right, we don't look like we've got much control of this game right now. But that's when we scored. I was like, maybe we need to bring Ødegaard. But maybe that's what I'm used to, just to get hold of the control. But actually, we're more like resilient. We can live in the fire a bit more of the chaos, and it's actually better for us.
So we create more.
It's like we're a bit more clinical. Yeah, we're a bit more clinical.
With less chances, with less possession.
It's that balance, isn't it? It's whether I think it's always been the case. I think fans have always asked for it, where it's like, stop this idea of we have to have full control all the time. We need a bit of chaos, and there is that balance, because I think it's probably until we see it where we don't have as much control and it really does look ropey, we might sort of go, no, go back to like sort of having control. But I think right now it is asking for it, isn't it? I think the best way that we get success against teams that are going to sit back is sort of let them have the ball. I think the last few games we've definitely seen we've gave up the ball a lot more against Sunderland. I think they had the majority of possession in a lot of those phases, and I think it is just one of these things where I think it works, to be honest. I think we say to another team, come play against us, we back ourselves. I think we struggle a lot more when we say, right, you're going to defend, let's break you down. I think any team would. I think the issue a lot of people have is not many other teams have to deal with what we do. It's not 100%. Easy to do that. It's not easy to just constantly break down low blocks. It isn't easy.
Yeah. Look at United. United had 3 great performances playing against us, City, and I forgot who the other 2 were. But they come against West Ham yesterday, you're in a low deep block, and they don't really know what to do with it. Like, it's tough. It's tough for a lot of sides to go into it. So I think tomorrow, I mean, last time was Ben White, wasn't it? But we started Ben White and Marino. I think Ben White crossed it in for Marino header. Is that right? I think that's the type of game where you do probably need something a bit like that. Someone like just to make something happen, like on the overlap or a little incisive pass somewhere. But I'll be interested to see what sort of lineup we go with. Obviously, we'll probably do our own lineup in the next sort of few minutes or whatever. But I'll be interested to see where we go with.
I like that you mentioned Ben White, because for me, I don't know, Timber's just looked a little bit tired, or going forward, there's just we're lacking something like from him going forward. And the thing is, he gives us that defensive solidity that I know what Arteta wants at all times. Yes, Rob, you're back.
Sorry about that, boys.
I think it's been since Saka's been injured, I think since Saka's been injured, Timber doesn't actually know what to really do when he gets the ball. He looks down the line, sees Madueke, thinks I could go down to you, and he looks inside. A lot of time, Ødegaard's not playing, and he just goes back. And like,
I think he doesn't know what Madueke is going to do, does he? He doesn't know what Madueke is going to do, so he doesn't know necessarily what to do. And it is that sort of combinations and partnerships.
There's also just little things. I think, like you said, he's just naturally he likes to play a bit more safe. But there was one moment I remember Eze popped up in the middle, like in the middle of the center circle. He could have just slid that past through. He would have broken a line slightly, and he could have did it. But he decided, no, I'm just going to play it back to Saliba and let's go around it the long way. So I don't know. Sometimes I do think just we trust Ben White defensively as well, right? Like we should just maybe try him in that position for a little bit. But if Calafiori, like we said, isn't looking the best, maybe then we have to sort of make up for it by putting Timber on that side, so that we're not having a right back and left back where they're not as consistent as they should be.
I actually think he'll start in Capia, to be fair. I just have that feeling. I've got a feeling he starts him,
I've got a feeling he starts him. Nkapé to me is feeling like quite of a reliable left back right at the minute.
Yeah, he is. No, he's looking like
he's the more
defensive
defensive option at the minute, isn't he?
More defensive
He's one I
option,
feel a bit safe with. I don't feel like he makes too many rash mistakes. He's quite good with the tackle. So
yeah, I think he's quite.
He's
you kind
grown
of
for
know what
me.
you're going to get. You kind of know what you're going to get with him at left back. I think he's quite solid defensively. Not going to get beaten loads on that sort of side, but he maybe doesn't offer you going forward what Calafiori offers you going forward as much. But I don't know. I've got a feeling that I just think the Calafiori's performance that last game was potentially enough for Arteta to drop him. Personally,
wait, sorry,
not drop him. Not dropping him.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I must have, because obviously I lost. Sorry, people. By the way, my laptop bugged out, but I must have left the universe because I come back and Huss is screaming Nkapé to start.
No, I'm not. I don't want to start. I would start. I would start Calafiori. I would start Calafiori.
No, Huss, you haven't got to lie. It's okay if you want to.
No. I personally would start Calafiori. I actually think Calafiori is, for me, the best left back in the league. I think he's so good. I think what he offers us going forward is tremendous. But it didn't. He obviously still back from injury. He played his first game last game. Didn't look amazing. I just think Arteta goes for this game. I think he goes. I've just got a feeling he goes Nkapé, or maybe it could easily be Calafiori Timber. It could easily be both, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does switch it up a little bit.
Is it crazy to suggest Skelly? Has he dropped so far in the pecking order?
I think it's too much of a physical game. Maybe.
Yeah.
We're at that point.
Huh?
I feel like we're at that point in the season where I feel like we do need to just get our best 11. We need to figure it out and just sort of. We need to go into this sort of last phase of the season having an 11 we've got, and I think especially because we're challenging on all four fronts, maybe having a bit of a that's our steady sort of Champions team, that's our steady, and having a little bit more of that.
Yeah,
I think.
I agree.
Yeah, I think we've only lost that bit lately, though, haven't we? Because of injuries.
Yeah,
because of injuries with left back. Where else? I think I think for the most part, we don't really know our strongest 11, do we? Because we don't know who start between Havertz, Ødegaard.
Well, Huss, I'm glad you said that. I don't know if you boys have discussed this, but I think he has to start Havertz and Gyökeres. I don't know if you boys have discussed this, so forgive me, but for me, I just think this is a game that will suit directness. I think it will suit a lot of the crowd are up there onto boot the ball up and find Havertz, and there's not much better players you can hoof a ball to than Havertz. He gets a knockdown, and for me, you just got to go there and try and nick a win. I honestly think Havertz and Gyökeres can win us a lot of games this season. And Huss, I know you mentioned Gyökeres off the bench. I don't think that's a bad tactic to use, but for me, I actually think Havertz is everything Gyökeres needed, especially the way we play. He needed someone who can link it with him. And Havertz gets it. He gets Arteta's ideas and how he wants to build up slowly and everything's not direct, but Havertz can mix it up, and I just think, especially away, I just think we have to try Havertz and Gyökeres. I am a little bit worried about playing Havertz too much. I'm not sure when he came off against Sunderland. I'm not sure when he came off, or if he even did. But
would that be?
He came off around
3 starts in a row. If he started tomorrow, that'd be 3 starts in a row, right? For him, starting against Leeds. Starting against Leeds
would be.
Yeah. Was it Chelsea? He didn't start, did he?
Was Chelsea in
second
between?
leg? Was Chelsea in between?
Right,
I think it was the second leg. So be 2.
Yeah.
For me, I just think Havertz is he's clearly.
He's the link.
He's like our best attacker, really. If we're honest, on form, I think on form.
With Saka injured, Actually, hold on. Let's give a special mention to your main op, Leandro Trossard.
He's injured.
I think he might have picked up an injury in that game.
I heard it was spasms, but so it shouldn't be too sick. But I don't know. I wanted to ask who have we got fit and who have we got injured for tomorrow?
Let me have a quick. Arteta never tells the truth or the whole truth.
Tells, But that's what I mean. Even Ødegaard, is Ødegaard considered fit at the moment?
Yeah, he was saying in the stands, wasn't he?
Yeah, they're both out. Trossard and Ødegaard are doubts.
What did you think of Jesus playing as striker the other
day?
He did off,
didn't he? He struggled that game.
And the last 2 games. Wait, what was the game before that? Was it the Chelsea game?
Chelsea. Yeah.
Did he start against Chelsea?
I mean, he did get that clear-cut chance where he broke through. They called it offside.
Yeah.
Oh,
There was that one. That was. He should have stayed on. He had sort of no reason to not.
I mean, I think calling that off is a bit mad. He did watch the line. He looked to stay on side, and then they're calling it because a knee was slightly a bit in front.
Yeah, but
to me, that's the rule. Like, you know the rule. You know what I mean? It's one of them where like you can score with that. To me, I actually agree with that.
One day, that's not the rule. They pick and choose when the rules are.
Yeah, but it's still
every season.
You've got no reason to be offside there for me.
Than the other day. That's what I'm saying. He kind of did watch the line, like the half.
But he went over. He did go over the line though.
His foot didn't. His knee leaning forward did. That's what I'm pushing for.
You got too excited. That
has to be. That has to be offside because if you can knee it in, I don't know if you boys saw Willock's offside yesterday against Tottenham. Literally, like the corner of his head.
Oh, I did see.
It was like this bit. Like he wasn't.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not with that. As being offsides. Like from when growing up, it was meant to be advantage to the striker. I've never seen that. Never.
Yeah. But it's just if we've got the automated advantage defender. If we've got the automated side of it, which I don't get how we've got semi-automated, they still take this long. That's one thing. But if you've got semi-automated, I said, I do agree with the rule. If we've got semi-automated in play to be able to tell us that, do you know what I mean? It's one of them where if we've got semi-automated, it tells you the part of the body. I still think that the line with like where what can be scored with the arm is just always faulty. It's always a bit off. But otherwise, like I said, if your knee can score, I think what I was saying in terms of like how he should not be honest, like you can make it, like you can give yourself a couple of yards and you're still getting there. Do you know what I mean? It was one of them where it was. Yeah,
I agree with that. He could have just took a step back. He didn't need to be as ambitious. But I just remember, did he miss that anyway?
Well, he got a 10. It would have been a pen, wouldn't it?
Oh, got penalty.
Still, even that, I was like, he could have buried it. I don't know.
That's it. Why are you going around the keeper? Just finish it. I was thinking the same. Can't lie.
Yeah.
I was thinking just finish it. Just bury it.
Yeah. I don't know. So
I need them to introduce the Arsene Wenger offside rule. That's what.
No, you say that now. Defenders will be camped. They'll be camped on the edge of their box.
More
than they already are.
It's the whole.
You know, it'll mean they'll have to go further forward.
Yeah, it has to be the full body, isn't it?
So I think it's like the NBA one. So it's like if your foot is onside, like you leaning forward is fine, as long as you've got a part of you that's onside.
I think that's it as a part of you. Yeah.
I think Huss is right. I think that just makes the game more defensive. You know,
it would 100%.
How could I don't get how it would though?
Because defenders will be too cautious of the offside. They'll have to just drop deeper.
Yeah, it's the same way. Mo,
they never play a high line.
The reason they play high line.
I think it's the opposite. I think you push yourself even higher because that means I just need to push that high line one step further.
Yeah, it just gives it an extra advantage, doesn't it? To the forward. So because there's an extra advantage, they shift. I think that's And
I think, Mo, the only way you truly benefit is if you're over the opposition's halfway line. Because even if you're just in front of the halfway line, if I'm a striker, I know I can just lean a little bit and I'm in. Like,
you know what? It will affect those. I think what more so it'll affect is not so much those chances that we're talking about, like the Jesus one. You know, the ones where the ball comes in across the box and someone gets a touch on it.
Yeah.
Them ones, you're going to see more of those actually count as goals because them ones get ruled out when there's barely anything. I think that's where it'll make the difference. Not so much the breakaway through goals or the breakaway through runs and stuff. Yeah. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see if it happens or not.
Going back to Jesus Gyökeres, I do think obviously for Gyökeres, you come off the bench, get a brace, you've kind of earned a start, especially given the fact that Jesus didn't do loads.
How nice!
No, he's earned the start. He's earned the start, man. Listen, I believe in meritocracy over here, man. In Gyökeres, start them both.
Changed.
We said Eddie Aluko's wrong about everything.
I'm with Simon Jordan. I'm the Simon Jordan of Gooner Club over
here. Should we do lineups?
She's had a howler.
Oh, God. Why she reignited it? Just like you got out of the battle and then she's like,
Yeah,
It
it's
literally
like
come out of
most. I
nowhere.
actually did think she did hold herself down all right on Talksport, surprisingly.
Yeah, she did.
And
Yeah, she
you
did.
know why? You know she did, because there's not many like clickbait moments of Simon Jordan. Like, there's not really been loads of like clips of Jordan battering her, which you would have expected. But
well, you say that, Huss. She's gone almost viral on the Instagram of hers. I'll be honest, it's dark. I feel sorry for Eddie Aluko, man, because do you know what it is? I'll be honest, when she went on Talksport when we were in for Rice, and she suggested that Arteta had rung Pep to encourage his directors to put in 100 mil bids, Arsenal would raise their bid. I just thought, why would City help us? Like, it just doesn't
get right.
It just doesn't work like that. And you don't put £100 million bid up for banter. That's not. There's £100 million. There's a serious offer. That's when I knew she was gone. But I do feel sorry. I do feel sorry.
But at the same time, like, who are we to say that when she has actual experience? And, like, you know what I mean? It's like, the thing is, I agree. It sounds like absolute nonsense, but at the same time, we're not as informed as her, are we? Like, technically speaking, we aren't as informed. It is one of them where, like, from an armchair, who are we to say that doesn't happen?
If you're right in a sense of she is in the professional game, however, she's never operated. I get
that.
Premier League club. She's done it for Aston Villa women's team, but without being condescending, it is just a different.
It's a different game. It is. You're right. Spot on.
The money's literally
she doubles down
10,000 times bigger. It's like it's just a different arena. So I do feel sorry for Annie, because I'll be honest, some of the stuff when people are criticizing how she looks and stuff like that, that's just like the dark side. Because if someone has a rubbish opinion, it doesn't actually matter what they look like. So I do.
You know what it is?
Like that's way too far. I don't endorse any of that.
A lot of people dislike her, so nothing. They're never gonna like anything she says, even if something is on point and accurate. Like, I thought with the Simon Jordan one, I thought she actually said some facts. I thought Simon came off a bit bad in some parts, where Simon was almost at one point like denying racism exists because he's hired people based on meritocracy. The two completely different things here.
Yeah, you can't bring it onto the racism combo.
Yeah, I've not watched the whole thing. We don't want to go. I
think the main thing is with her. The main thing is with her is that she becomes a symbol and a target for people who are probably holding certain views, doesn't she? Like, I think there's a certain player who used to play for Newcastle and used to play for Man City, and I think he's got a podcast and stuff. And I think he had a recent court case. I think those are the sort of people that basically they pick her as the sort of symbol of being a woman, being black, and being this. So she becomes a target of do you know what I mean? Like, of being able to, she's this, she's that, and then all people of that sort of disposition, you know what I mean? Like, they're all that. And I think that's where it's just unfair. You know what I mean? It's like she doesn't deserve to be sort of be put into this box where that's the representation of all people. And I think that's what happens, unfortunately, with people who are misrepresented in the media. I think that's just what happens, and I think it's not good, I think, just generally speaking. But and
the fact they're throwing around terms like DEI hire, that is mental, by the way.
No,
like
any
100 England caps, to call her a DEI hire is just absolutely insane, considering we've seen some of those bang average English male footballers go on to be pundits. Like,
you know what I mean? You know what it is? Do you know why it's dark, though, boys? It's dark because obviously Annie's saying about Ian Wright, how he's sort of holding positions for other women, like ex-footballers, which I understand. But then Simon's counterpoint is, well, then why are there women in the men's game doing punditry? That's why it's dangerous. Like, the minute Annie's in a dangerous place where she's actually blaming Wrighty, who's a black man in the media, so she's sort of shooting the race side of it, and then she's shooting target. She's actually ending up contradicting herself in a way where this is where I think Simon's point of Simon's a bit ignorant to some things. I'll be honest, and I've said this to him that, you know, maybe you don't see it, but it's there. But I can honestly say categorically from just like experience, and just I was on the phone to him yesterday before the show. I've never felt, and I felt racism. He's never made me feel insignificant because I'm black.
Yeah,
he actually.
I don't think he's a racist.
But that's the thing.
Experiences. It's different lived experiences.
He might not be, but because he isn't, he thinks no one else is.
Yeah,
and he's extrapolating that way. And that's where that's what I'm saying, where he's talking about, I've hired people based on this. And that's good for you, but that doesn't mean everyone's done that.
Facts. And I think with Simon is he sees, like, it's a bit like football hooliganism. He's like, when that comes to the surface, he's like, well, ignore them. It doesn't matter what they do because they're just, the minorities. They're not representative. So I get it. But listen, let's bring it back to
also just one thing on Ian Wright though. One thing on Ian Wright though, he had probably one of the best insights into the women's game out of anyone. Just on that, like he actually knows so much on that game, and I think that's just one thing I just wanted to note. Just he's fully deserves that position. He's championed it and knows the game really well.
You've shot up everything, and then you've asked for the people that you've shot to help you.
It's clean
up the place.
And then it's like even like I know. Yeah, go on. Let's move on.
You have to big up Uncle Righty.
The way us four are, we'll just end up getting mad. But big up Eddie and Luco, big up Simon, big up everybody, because we're just at the level here. But let's quickly do a score prediction, and actually, sorry, let's do the lineup first. We'll come back to the scores. I think Ibs, you got the short straw this week. Goalie, no prizes, mate.
Well, I think we know who it is. It's not Kepa. That's the one. It's not Kepa.
It's dark. David Raya, come back. All right, right back. Yuri and Timber. I'm not going to waste any time. That's Timber. Huss, centre back.
Oh
wait, sorry, Ibs. You got a counter there for me?
Have I got a counter?
Yeah, I thought you was going to say. I thought someone.
I was going to say we were basically discussing a little bit on. Is there a point where we do start to introduce White again a bit? Because I think it has been that point. I think there is a bit of a discussion with it. It's just one of them. But is it the game for it? Is it the game for it? That's the other side of it.
It is the game for it, specifically if Ødegaard doesn't play. I think Ben White's the type of guy who, one, gets crosses into the box. Two, he kind of passes it forward quite well. I think he just adds a layer of creativity, which we maybe don't have at the moment.
You know what it is, Huss?
But I mean, I wouldn't be unhappy to see Timber. Go on.
Timber started 3 of our last 4 games. So I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be mad at Ben White, but sort of to Ibs' point of, I want a solid team. And I think it's been by tomorrow, he would have had 5. He would have had 5 days rest. In my head, you just stick to I just think Timber's our right back. So that's why I would go with that. I do understand what you boys are saying. I love Benny Blanco, probably in my top 5 favourite Arsenal players, probably 4th or 3rd. So I'd love to see Benny Blanco out there, but it's not a game of emotion. It's a game of winning, man. So Timber's starting for me.
Yeah, I think.
Centre back. Any prizes? There's no prizes here, are there?
Yeah, exactly. Saliba.
Gabriel.
Mo? Yeah.
Gabby.
This is interesting.
King of Brazil.
Ibs left back.
I still think Calafiori. I think it's one of them where, because he has been injured, I think there's that sort of grace of bedding in, and I still think that he is our best. He is our best in that position.
I think I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. Mate, I've got a bit of a rubbish one as well. I mean, or do we bring out the Danish Xavi?
The Danish Xavi.
Old club. His old club. Do we play the Danish Xavi? No, we don't. It's Zubimendi.
Yeah. So who's next? Sorry.
Yeah,
I was going to make a point. All right, I was going to make a point now, though. I do think, we are in serious danger at the moment of reaching overplaying levels with Rice and Zubimendi. It's just so often we play them. Every single game, they always play. They don't really come off. They don't really even get 5-10 minutes off the pitch ever. We don't even really bring Norgard on. So if we have got a lead tomorrow, let's at least please get Norgard on the pitch at some point.
What level football though?
I would play Rice. It has to be Rice and Zubi, doesn't it? It just has to be.
Yeah, has to be.
Gotta be.
One of these games, I do want to see. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but one of these days, I do want to see an attack of Eze and Kai Havertz through the middle. one of these days. But I don't think this is the game for it. I think
I reckon we might never see that.
You reckon? I think we might at some point.
Not in the Premier League.
We've trusted Havertz as a 9. Havertz as a 9 and
Havertz
Eze as a 10. That's what I mean. Havertz as the 9 and Eze as the 10 just behind him.
What are we saying for the 10 in terms of the one ahead of the 2?
I guess if Trossard is injured, I mean not Trossard, if Ødegaard is injured, then it's probably going to be Eze.
Do you reckon?
What about? Are you still not thinking the Havertz experiment?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, it'll be Havertz.
I still think there's a potential argument to say Eze could go into there. I wouldn't say shoot that down as an idea that Arteta could potentially do that.
Yeah, I think he'll go left if Trossard's injured. Because I don't know about the front 3 of Martinelli and Madueke. But that's a job for me. All right, I'm going to put Havertz in that attacking midfield number 10 position.
I'd do the same, to be fair.
Boys, sorry.
Left wing, right wing.
My laptop's bagging there. Sorry. What did we get to after Rice?
Rice, Zubi, Havertz.
We put Rice, Zubi, and Havertz.
Okay, I like it.
Feel free.
Front 3 is tricky, isn't it? We try and do it together, don't we? Front 3. Okay. I think it's tricky because I think Martinelli's been doing all right on the right.
I was about to say that. But then
as a swap. Hasn't started on the right.
That's the thing, yeah. They always have it where he's smashing it off the bench, and then if you start him, it's just not the same.
It's the game. I think it is the game if Trossard's a doubt to get Eze, because I think there was a point where I think Madueke came off and there was disappointment from the side. I think there was a point where you've had a good shot and you sort of haven't turned up the level. And I think there is that sort of thing where I think a few of you have said that you want to see Eze on the left. I think it is the game. I think it's that, isn't it?
You know what, boys? I sort of like the sound of Martinelli on the right, Jesus on the left, and Gyökeres up front.
Jesus out wide. I've always said he should be out wide, but he's more right. It's more
something
right
about that just screams goals for me, man. Martinelli works hard. Jesus might struggle with the defensive side of playing out wide, which is I understand. But part of me just thinks, if you have Havertz, Gyökeres
and Jesus.
Rom's gone again.
Yeah, no, it's a fair.
I know what you're saying. I agree with that. The sentiment, having a lot of players on the pitch to score, but it's tricky. It's a tricky one. That left, I'm not sure as much.
With his injuries, I don't know if I trust Jesus to be playing on the left wing.
It's tricky. It's a tricky one.
I feel like it just will be Trossard again, even if he's.
If he's fit.
If he's fit, if he's fit. That was if he's fit. I think it's got to be Trossard. I think he was unbelievable. Against Sunderland.
That's the thing. Hopefully, it was just cramp. Hopefully, it was just like a cramp. I don't know if there's been training pictures or anything since then. But if it's not Trossard, then
if we're saying our strongest lineup, there, I do think right now, in the minute, Trossard holds that left. He's been consistent, to be fair.
Yeah.
So who are we going for? Who's
lads, to prevent me going, because I don't know what's going on with my laptop. People, if you're listening, watching, forgive me. This is my bad. Something's gone. We're going to have to wrap this up quick because I'm going to get figured out again. Boys, you pick the front 3. I don't have the right now. I'm going to leave it with you 3.
If Trossard's fit, we'll go Trossard, Gyökeres, Martinelli. Are we saying that?
Yeah, that's what I'd do, yeah. I'd go exactly on the same,
I think Madueke just for the balance on the right.
The balance.
Right, to both blow out.
I think Martinelli deserves to start, but I just think the balance with it, that if you know what, Trossard, if Trossard's fit, then I could do Martinelli on the right. But if Trossard isn't fit, I don't want to see Martinelli left and Madueke right.
You know what, Madueke left might not be a crazy shout either.
Yeah, he can play there. He can play there.
True.
Boys, oh my goodness. Some breaking... Oh, no.
Go on.
Ornstein breaking news. This is dark. No. This is so dark. Kai Havertz set for spell on sidelines of muscular injury. Problem expected to keep 26-year-old Arsenal forward out of Arsenal games against Brentford and Tottenham, but I hope not to be serious issue.
Right, but that's changed it all, hasn't it? It's changed all the game.
That's the
Kai
thing. Was it?
Havertz.
He's broken it and got out of there. Fuck.
Has he started 3 games in a row? Has he just been the last 2 games? Did he just play 2?
Then it's got to be Eze, innit?
I think Eze's got to be the one in the hole, doesn't he? He's got to be in the cam.
It's got to be in the 10 then. It's got to be in the cam. Gyökeres.
No, it doesn't have to be because it could be Ødegaard.
It could, but it's one of them. It's like throwing. I don't know. I want to see Eze there, to be honest. I'd rather see Eze right now. I don't know. I'd rather see Eze in there, to be honest.
I agree. I think it's a good game for Eze. I think we're going to get chances to shoot around the edge of the box. I think there's going to be a bit of space like there was last game. And I think it could be the game Eze thrives. But I think if Ødegaard's fit, he starts Ødegaard.
Yeah, he will. Ødegaard will start for sure. But
Ødegaard's not got anything serious, has he? Because he's not been... He came on against Leeds, wasn't on the bench against Chelsea. And then against Sunderland either.
It's a strange one because you think if he wasn't too bad, you'd be on the bench at least. You'd want it, like, you know what I mean? He's that sort of player. I don't think you'd just completely not have him in there. Yeah, I don't know. I think we probably have to stick Eze in and we keep the rest, don't we? I think that's the thing. If Ødegaard's fit though, we say Ødegaard ahead of Eze. I think that probably makes more sense, doesn't it?
I'd say that even just on my own.
That's fair.
My own choosing. I think Ødegaard's a safer option than Eze's sort of been, especially in a away game like this. I think we kind of need a bit of Ødegaard's control. But if Eze and or Madueke start, I think they have to perform. Like, just have to. I think. I think the thing with Eze, he's actually looked a bit better when he's come on, but he still doesn't do enough to demand a start or really make Arteta.
Tricky, he doesn't have ages to do it, does he? I think that's the other side of it. He doesn't have absolutely ages when he's on there, does he? I think it's tricky. It's a tricky thing for him. It's like you're having someone say, "Yeah, you've got 15 minutes to wow me." It's tricky, isn't it? But tricky. I think that's frustrating. I think for this sort of spell, Havertz I thought was going to start being key.
Huss just got lock in early. Lock in early, Huss.
Plus
you got to lock in early and just make your duas, bro.
You've got to do it
game by game.
Literally, man. Literally. I must have missed Havertz duas today.
No, but we have to put it on you, Down. You have to put it on you.
I was praying for Saka's return, but I forgot to pray.
You've got the Havertz, bro.
I forgot Havertz, man.
Yeah.
That's mad, though. Yeah, it's mad. It's mad that he looked like he's been sharp, fit, but
tricky, isn't it?
At least it doesn't sound disastrous, though.
Yeah, for sure. Should we get to match prediction, score predictions?
Boys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I've had an absolute howler, so you're just going to have to forgive me here. I'm on my phone currently because my laptop's just bugging. But score predictions, let's do them.
Let's do it.
Free Havertz, man. Free Havertz.
Free Havertz, isn't it?
Free Havertz. So I'll go 2-1. I think it'll be 2-1 Arsenal.
Huss.
I think it'll be 2-1 Arsenal. I think it won't be easy. It'll be a bit of a tougher game. But I think... I'm trying to think, mate. What was our last set? We haven't really been scoring set-piece goals recently, have we?
No,
all those were the open play.
Yeah, Leeds was open play. I think we go back to a set-piece goal tomorrow. I think, especially in the set-piece derby, as Romario mentioned. I think there's probably been a lot of focus around set pieces, and I think Gabriel probably nabs a goal. He gets back on the score sheet tomorrow. 2-1 Arsenal. Gabriel goal. That's what I'm saying.
Mo?
I'm gonna say, I thought 2-1 as well, but I think no set pieces. I think all this talk on set pieces, and it's gonna be all open play goals. So I'm gonna say 2-1, all open play.
Yeah, fair.
I'm going to 1-0 like last time, but I do think it's got 1-0 written all over it.
That's
it does. It does have 1-0.
I think I'm going to 1-0 as well, man.
I think I don't know. If any places gives me PTSD, it's this. The GTA always gives me PTSD.
I would have gotten correct score last week if Gyökeres didn't take that 90th minute goal. But I'd rather his better for his stats, to be fair.
Yeah.
Eight GA in 8 games now.
I don't think any of us actually got the score right.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think any of us had 3-0, did we? Nah, 3-0 against Sunderland is quite a big result.
I had 3-1, so I was close. I didn't think well of the defence enough.
Yeah. What is the Liverpool? Is there not much Liverpool game?
3-0 in the end.
Yeah, it's 0-0 at the minute.
Is it 0-0? Yeah, fair. Yeah, I think you got to just get back to winning ways tomorrow, man. Get back to win. Well, not back to winning ways. We've been in winning ways, but
keep on it.
Carry on being in winning ways.
I think what you said about the confidence killer, just don't let Man City have any sort of idea that they're catching. I think that's the good thing, isn't it?
I think if us dropping points tomorrow would be something that would send shockwaves through the nation. You know what I mean? Like the whole nation would get onto us like instantly. It would be as if Man City
wants us.
That's what they want.
Everyone wants us to lose tomorrow.
Gene Evans again.
So we just in the most boring way.
Yeah, we just need to make sure we win. I think we will. But people, I think we should wrap it there because I'm having a madness over it. It's throwing me off. I can't believe Havertz has gotten injured during that as well. I wish we could react to it properly. Maybe if my laptop charges properly, we can hop back on, boys. But yeah, Havertz is out. He's injured. It's not looking good.
But it's only what? Did they say 2-3 games? We need him back. Did they
can't believe anything.
Yeah, you can't.
They're banking on Saka back, aren't we? Right, yeah. So banking on Saka to be back for that.
Saka and Odegaard back.
I don't know what they said about Mourinho, but I'm guessing we don't see him again this season. To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mourinho was long term, wasn't it?
Yeah, hopefully he just makes it back for the World Cup. When Sumani did his celebration, when Sumani did his celebration, I was like, he's injured.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you don't do someone's celebration if it's a light injury.
It's true. All right, let's wrap it there. People, thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. Apologies for my mishap on my end. It'll be back to normal next time. But yeah, hopefully we get a win against Brentford tomorrow. I'm quietly confident. The boys are quietly confident. And free Kai Havertz, man, he just needs a run of fitness. It's a bit unfortunate that's happened. But yeah, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, follow us on Spotify, and we'll see you next time. Peace.